Brad Williams, XL Prime. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about the unique function. It's can get kind of, well, it's kind of tricky sometimes. Let me show you what's going on here. We have automakers. We want to know how many unique automakers are within our data. The unique feature will do this for you. It can, depending on how you set it up, it can get frustrating. Not now. The beginning is simple, but if we get further down the road, the unique feature with some rows and some counts are gonna you're gonna scratch your head going, what are you thinking? I want you to pay a lot of attention, and I want you to work through this unique and get a strong understanding. If you can incorporate this into your tool chest, you're going to have people running to you. Your CFO is going to come running to you going, that's brilliant. And you're going to be the go-to person. I don't know if you want that, but so the unique feature will generate a list of unique values that appear at least once in the source data using the default settings. However, the unique has a third optional argument called occurs once that when set to true causes unique to return only values that appear once in the data. Here's the anatomy. Unique returns a list of unique values. What are we going to do? We have in the array. We have the data. We have the list of information. We're going to search by column. We're going to just go down here, and then we have exactly once, which is optional. A couple of caveats. One, does not work with random or reference data. In other words, I can't use the F9 to change this information. It's set, and that's what we have to work with. Automaker, B5 to B11. That's what we're working with. That'll be the array. What we have here is we have unique automaker 160 true false. What does that mean? That means range. Okay, the array. Let's go here. We have the array, which is automaker by column. It says here by column optional, has to compare and extract. By row equals false, by column equals true. What it's doing is looking through the column where false. What's the next argument? Exactly once. Optional true equals values that occur once. False, all unique values default. So what it's doing, it's going to go through here. Excuse me about the F9. It does work here. I think it does. Let me just show you the true falses. Okay. We have Ford. Go through here, Ford, Jeep, Ford, VW, and it's showing everything. There's no uniqueness here. It's just repeating exactly what we see here. Is that of any use? Probably not. Just an example. So now we want distinct. What does that mean? That means we want to be able to, unique is a spill feature. So it will, once you enter this information, it will spill down. Now keep in mind, if you have anything in the way, see how I have 5 different rows? There's something in the way, it'll block the spill. And let me just give you an idea why. When you see this calc, that means there are doesn't meet the parameters. Remember when I said earlier, when you run into a calc error, it's usually because it doesn't meet this criteria. So we have unique automaker 160 false true. And then you notice how we have true false. Well, true false gives us everything, but here we want distinct. Why does it say spill? Well, something's in the way, or there are multiple criteria. That's why sometimes it doesn't work. You can see spill, that means it doesn't meet the criteria. If you look here, and when I say distinct, that means if you look here, we have BMW, So there's more than one. We have Ford, VW. There's nothing distinct here other than Jeep. So if you want just the only one, then distinct works. See why there can be an error there, because sometimes there are no distinct cars or automakers. Here we have VW and Ford, but you see, well, you're going, well, there's Jeep and Rivian, and well, there's 2 Jeeps. That's not distinct. We have Jeep. In the end, we have VW and Ford as the only distinct as opposed to unique. Unique would be, there could be multiple Jeeps, but they're still unique. And we get Jeep, Rivian, and Ford. So what's the difference? Here we just show automaker, and unique will just show whatever's unique, as opposed to distinct, which shows, well, our data here. We have our list. But then here's the criteria. False. False by column. What does it say? Optional. How to compare and extract. By row equals false. By column. It's saying we want distinct number as opposed to unique. Work through it. Get an understanding of the true, the false and true, and then unique on its own. Brad Williams, XL Prime, thanks for your time.